Okay, thank you, honorable members. The House Business Committee have slotted all the motion in the other paper. And I want to request the members that we discuss as much as we can, so that if time lapses, we will postpone the business to the next session. Honorable Langat, kindly proceed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving direction that I urge you members, as we go through this report, the all 17 report are voluminous report. I would request that our focus be on on issues raised, and the responses, our recommendation, observation, and recommendation. So, Honorable Speaker, I was on number 8, motion number 8, that I beg to move the following motion: that pursuant to Standing Orders 198 of the County Assembly, Standing Orders, this County Assembly adopts the report of Public Investment and Accounts Committee on the report of the Auditor General on Bomet County Assembly for the period ending 30th June 2025, late this morning at 9:30 a.m. Honorable Speaker, this report of our County Assembly, Honorable Speaker, covering the period ending 30th June 2025. We have sat as a committee, we have analyzed the report, Honorable Speaker. We have seen the management response, and I am pleased, Honorable Speaker, because of the interest of time, that the opinion, the Auditor General was able to express his opinion, and the opinion before us, Honorable Speaker, is qualified opinion. And this qualified is fairly good, except some few areas where the auditor was not satisfied because of presentation methodology, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, there was issues. Number 1, Honorable Speaker, on unsupported, 311, Honorable Speaker, on unsupported opening balances. And the statement of financial position reflected total asset and total liabilities on opening balances of 80 million, Honorable Speaker. After the AOG interrogated the report, the management gave their response. And after the response, including on Annex 1, Honorable Speaker, we sat as a committee, we analyzed and made some observation. In the observation, Honorable Speaker, still on 111, Honorable Speaker, after the observation, the whole issue was marked as resolved, so that we don't need to dwell on the issues which already in the eyes of the AOG and the committee is already addressed. So we go to the next, Honorable Speaker, 3112 on inaccuracies of transfer from County Revenue Fund, CRF. Honorable Speaker, the auditor also interrogated this part of the statement, Honorable Speaker, and gave the management time to respond. And the management gave the response. We sat as a committee, we analyzed, and we gave observation and gave recommendation basing on the finding and the response of the committee. And on this particular one, this issue was marked as resolved. So again, we don't need to dwell on that because it's already addressed. Honorable Speaker, on 3113 in inaccuracy of domestic travel, Honorable Speaker, also the AOG look at the entire report. Management was given time to respond. They responded, Honorable Speaker. We sat as a committee. We gave recommendation, and also this was marked as a resolve. This was marked as a resolve. So again, we don't need to dwell on that. And then we go to 314, inaccuracies of foreign travel and substance. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, inaccuracy of foreign travel, Honorable Speaker, the statement of financial performance and note 10 to the financial statement reflect an expenditure of 318,208,276,000. The amount include foreign travel expenditure amounting to 29 million. However, total foreign travel expenditure differs with the IFMIS ledger amounting to totaling of 38,039,932, resulting to unexplained variances of 960,068 cents. In 10 million suspend salary accounts, 1.2 million, and KCP county salary suspend. The foreign travel substance allowances were rounded to the bank suspend payroll accounts without underlying beneficiary. Was given time to respond. The accounting officer, the management respond. The accounting officer acknowledged the observation raised regarding foreign travel expenditure amounting to Kenya shilling 29 million as reflected in the statement of financial performance. And note 10 to the financial statement, he further submit the following. That A, variance of Kenya's 960 and 69 cents between financial statement and IFMIS. The variance of 960 between the reported figures of 29 million and IFMIS ledger balance 29 million arose to the timing and classification difference at point of financial statement preparation. The grievances has been reconciled and related to the posting and accrual adjustment processed after extraction of IFMIS ledger and minor reclassification adjustment during the financial statement. The management further provided reconciliation schedule for verification of Annex Appendix 3. Honorable Speaker, also this one, Honorable Speaker, after the responses of the management and after our interrogation as a committee, the auditor AOG was satisfied and our committee also was satisfied, and in our observation and recommendation, this was marked as a resolve. Honorable Speaker, on 315, undisclosed accommodation allowances, the AOG review, interrogate the document, and the management was given the response. We sat as a committee, we analyzed, and we gave an observation, and this was marked as a resolve. So we also need not to dwell on that much, Honorable Speaker. On 316, undisclosed catering services, the management, the auditor looked at the entire report. They gave the management to respond. Also, as committee, we sat over it, we analyzed, and we are in agreement with the
Point of information. Point of information, Mr. Speaker.
Do you want to inform, Honorable Member?
My chair.
Honorable Chair, do you wish to be informed?
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Kindly proceed.
Answer, Mr. Speaker. Okay, Mr. Speaker, I just want to inform my chair that the report is reading, Mr. Speaker, that we have in our gadgets, and I humbly request him just to read the recommendation of the committee, and if there is any need from the member, maybe he or she can inquire where it is necessary to be read. Otherwise, it is my humble request, Mr. Chair, that you read the recommendation so that we can move faster because we have a lot of business ahead of us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kindly proceed, Honorable Member.
Honorable Speaker, I have a concern.
Honorable Nathan.
Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee went outside, and immediately you came back. Honorable just started reading the motion. Maybe, first of all, you are supposed to share the order paper for us to know which business is coming up. So I think the person who was supposed to share failed to do so. So I was even wondering which report Honorable Nyesha is reading to us. So maybe you should share first of all the order paper.
Okay, let me ask the table lobbies to share. In the meantime, Honorable Langat, kindly dwell on the observation and recommendations by the PSC committee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Kindly proceed.
I am guided, Honorable Speaker. Now, on 317, Honorable Speaker, on unsupported routine maintenance vehicle and other transport equipment, Honorable Speaker, the AOG analyzed, interrogated the report. The management was given time. We sat as a committee, and the following, this one was marked as unresolved, Honorable Speaker, and this is the recommendation of the committee. That the committee recommends that the accounting officer should always supply all documents for audit review in line with provision of section 9(1)(e) of the Public Audit Act 2015, which gives the Auditor General powers of unrestricted access to all books, records, returns, reports, electronic or otherwise, and other document of entities during the audit. That is our recommendation, Honorable Speaker. And on 318, also, one minute, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the management also, the auditor interrogated this part, analyzed. The management was given time to respond. Honorable Speaker, they responded. We look at their responses and the opinion of the auditor, and this also was marked, after analysis, was marked as resolved. And then on the inaccuracies fund, inaccuracies of refundable deposit and payables. Also on this one, Honorable Speaker, it was marked as a resolve. Let me restrict myself to all those issues which was not marked as a resolve. That is 321, non-compliance with the requirements and ethnic diversity. And I'm very sure Honorable Gibrotich and the team were in the Senate over this issue. And Honorable Speaker, the recommendation, the committee observation on this particular, Honorable Speaker, on non-compliance with the requirements on ethnic diversity, after analyzing this our observation, the committee was satisfied with the submission by the management but marked as unresolved. Recommendation. The committee recommends that the Assembly should progressively comply and implement the requirement of Section 65(1) of the Government Act 2012 and Section 7(1) and 2 of National Cohesion and Integration Commission Act 2008, Honorable Speaker. That was our recommendation, committee recommendation. And then, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, on the inaccuracy of property and plant equipment, also the auditor interrogate the entire report. They gave the management to response. They gave the response as Honorable Speaker. We sat as a committee still on that page, and this is the committee observation. The committee noted that the issues raised during the audit was fully addressed. However, it was concerned by the failure by the accounting officer to avail supporting document during the audit. The issues was marked as a resolve. Honorable Speaker, and on the last one, on the unresolved issues, that was ineffective internal audit function. Review of the County Assembly organization structure revealed that the Assembly had established Directorate of Audit, Risk and Compliance and Audit Committee. However, the following unsatisfactory matters were noted. This is very important. The Internal Audit Directorate was unstaffed as it had only 2 staff members, again 6 staff members in the staff establishment. 2, there was no approved internal audit work plan, nor were there any quarterly or annual internal audit reports, contrary to the provision of Regulation 166 of the Public Finance Management County Government Regulation 2015. 3, although the audit committee held meeting during the year, there was no evidence that it discussed any external or internal audit report made by any follow-up on the implementation of the recommendation of internal and external audit. And the responses, we have seen the responses. These are the responses of the understaffing in the internal audit directorate. The accounting officer submitted that the understaffing in the internal audit directorate was occasioned by ceiling on the members of staff. County Assembly is allowed to recruit as guided by the Commission on Revenue Allocation, CRA. The existing structure is designed to reflect the optimal staffing level required for effective service delivery. However, the recruitment beyond the approved ceiling is currently not permissible, despite the Assembly continue to utilize the available audit staff. The limitation, the County Assembly continues to utilize the available internal audit staff efficiency to ensure audit functions are not compromised. And then on lack of approved internal audit plan, and this was our observation, Honorable Speaker. The committee was not fully satisfied with the response from the accounting officer. The issue was therefore marked as unresolved. The recommendation, overall recommendation on this one, the committee recommends that the management should urgently prioritize the strengthening of the internal department. Honorable Speaker, I request that after the analysis, there were only 3 issues marked as unresolved. We've given the recommendation, and Honorable Speaker, because of time, I request Honorable Bouchene to support this report.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to support all the content that has been read by our chair. And since we have all these 17 reports and all of them being voluminous, I would just like to say that I support, so that we allow honorable members to discuss and make a conclusion to it.
You, Honorable Shene, you second or you support?
Mr. Speaker, I second and I support.
Okay, thank you.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Ruta.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. Just to humbly request you to move the following procedural motion based on the time which the honorable members are supposed to deliberate on the agenda of the day, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to the Standing Order 33A, this House resolved to extend its sitting time from 4:30 p.m. until the business appearing in the order paper is expedited. Mr. Speaker, as per the standing order, we are supposed to end our in this House, Mr. Speaker, at 4:30. But based on the business before us, it seems it will not allow us to complete or to deliberate on the agendas before us. So I therefore humbly request this House to extend time from 4:30 until the business before us is done with. And therefore I humbly request the Honorable Chair, Mheshimiwa Charles Langat, to second.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I also rise to second the procedural motion by the majority whip that we need to extend time until we clear the businesses before us, Honorable Speaker, because of the timeline issues. Today it's extraordinary. I request members to give the consideration and we alter time, Honorable Speaker. Thank you. I second.
I want to propose the motion that pursuant to Standing Order number 23, this court Honorable Nata.
Honorable Speaker, before I support or reject, there is a request I made earlier, because as the honorable member is seeking for an extension, we don't know the number of business that are there, because you went and you didn't give us the order paper. So, Honorable Speaker, kindly give us the order paper so that we know the business that are ahead of us.
The order paper is being circulated shortly. But
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
But there are more the way we are not taking this business seriously. Honorable Wesley.
I'm also worried, Mr. Speaker, whether what the majority whip is saying. Mr. Speaker, he has just mentioned that we want to extend the time until the business that is appearing on the order paper is completed. Which business? Which business is appearing in the order paper? So that we either support or reject this motion. We want to reject this motion because of time. And we don't know the amount of time that he still has.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, let us know the amount of business that are still there. We want to know if they lined up all the 17 motions. Mr. Speaker, or 19 motions. By
Mr. Speaker.
By 12 midnight, we don't know whether it is going to be. Let him amend this motion.
Mr. Speaker.
He can amend this motion by mentioning the time that he wants us to leave this assembly. Let him say 7 p.m., let him say 9 p.m., or let him say now.
Mr. Speaker, as I stated, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that maybe the net of the honorable members in their gadget, Mr. Speaker, is very slow. The order paper is already in the forum, Mr. Speaker, and I believe the honorable member is in a position to assess to know the now business before us, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, now that it is done, is it tenable? Is it tenable for us to debate 19 motions? Is it tenable to debate 19 motions, just as the majority will be saying that he wants us to have a procedural motion until the business appearing in the order paper is completed? Until. Mr. Speaker, let us be serious about this.
Honorable Speaker, you know, the business ahead of us, I've seen in the order paper now, needs some serious discussion. And people normally take us as being not serious because when you talk about Auditor General report, I think it will need some serious discussion for us to dispense on all of these motions. But lining up around 17 motions, Honorable Speaker, may not be possible for now because we need to have some serious discussion on each and every report that the committee is giving us. Honorable Speaker.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order. Point of order. Mr. Speaker, is it in order for the member to say that he needs enough time to debate on the report, Mr. Speaker, and I have requested them to approve this, the procedural motion so that they can have enough time to scrutinize and also to debate on it, Mr. Speaker. It is my humble request to honorable member from Kable Tundo first to support the motion so that they can have enough time to debate on the same. Because if he opposes the procedural motion, it means is not willing to debate on the same. So for the time we need to be here, Mr. Speaker, it is upon the discussion and the debate from the honorable member. If they see there is need to go up to 9 p.m., it is upon the honorable members, Mr. Speaker. But if they saw it necessary to shortly and then we end the discussion on the same, it will be upon the honorable member, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Ruta, the Honorable Wesley raised the issue that if we extend the time, will it be possible to clear all the 17 motions? So, or you limit? Can you give us the limit of time so that your motion can be amended to give us the time we can discuss, or rather we can debate this motion? Honorable Langat.
Then, Honorable Speaker, basing on the argument of the members and reading the mood of the members, Honorable Speaker, I wish to amend that we only do 7 reports, Honorable Speaker, for today, and the rest be deferred to the next session, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much, and I wish to support what the honorable member said, but let me request Honorable Nathan to amend the procedural motion by giving a specific time he saw it necessary that we debate. That is my humble request.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Nathan.
I amend the procedural motion to 7 p.m. and also maybe clarify what I meant, because we require adequate time to discuss each and every one, every report. When we say we want to discuss 17 motions in a session, that will not be, the time will not be adequate enough for us to debate all of them. And these are serious reports which need some serious discussion. So that's why I said it may not be attainable for us to do 17 motions within one session. Honorable Speaker, I want to request Honorable Kiprotich to second the amendment.
Mr. Speaker, there is now a light at the end of the tunnel. That is now a very good procedural motion, so that at least it is not open-ended. What the Honorable Nathan Kibet has proposed as an amendment to the procedural motion moved by the majority whip, Honorable Ruto, I stand to second that this House continues its debate until 7 p.m. The number of motions that will have been discussed, we adjourn from there, so that at least we have enough time to discuss about this. Mr. Speaker, I therefore second the amendment on the procedural motion.
And I want to propose the motion that we amend and delete the words, the business appearing in the order paper is dispensed with, and we replace with 7 p.m. So that the motion will read that pursuant to standing order number 28, 3A, this county assembly resolved to extend its sitting time from the normal sitting time until 7 p.m. So the floor is now open for debate.
Honorable Speaker, I want to assist you to read the mood of the House to put the question on the amendment.
Okay, thank you. I now want to put the question that, pursuant to standing order number 28, 3A, this county assembly resolves to extend its sitting time from the normal sitting time until 7 p.m. as amended. I now want to put the question that will as many as are of a similar opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Clerk. Yes, and got it. Okay, thank you. So the motion at hand has been moved and seconded. So the floor is now open for debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to support the motion as amended. And I want to assist you again to read the mood of the House to put the question so that we don't spend a lot of time on it.
I now put the question that pursuant to standing order number 28, 3A, this county assembly resolves to extend its sitting time from the normal sitting time until 7 p.m. Will as many as are of similar opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as are of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable Nathan, you are on the floor. Clerk. Honorable members, with the many issues which came up, I had not proposed the motion. So I want to propose the motion that pursuant to standing orders 198 of the County Assembly standing orders, this County Assembly adopts the report of Public Investments and Accounts Committee on the report of Auditor General of the Bomet County for the period ending 30th June 2025, laid on the table of the Assembly on 25th March 2026 at 9:30 a.m. The floor is now open for debate. Honorable Wesley.
Well, Honorable Speaker, I want to stand to support the motion that has been proposed by you and moved by Honorable Charles Langat concerning the financial statements of the County Assembly ended 30th June 2025. Mr. Speaker, much of this is originating from the County Assembly Service Board, where myself and Honorable Ann in this House sits, and we want to laud the management of the County Assembly for having had a qualified opinion from the Auditor General's report of the County Assembly financial statements for the year ending 30th June 2025, and for the issues that has been raised by the PSC, PIC of the County Assembly, led by Honorable Charles Langat. Mr. Speaker, as the County Assembly Service Board, we have taken cognizant of that particular fact. The lapses that has been read, much of it from the internal audit. Mr. Speaker, we want to still continue mentioning that it is true that the number of staff in the internal audit are very few. And Mr. Speaker, should we be given a budget for recruitment of more staff in the internal audit, we'll be able to do it. Mr. Speaker, let it also be known that the County Assembly has an audit committee which majorly comprises of external audit members. And Mr. Speaker, this particular audit members is by law what has been read by Honorable Charles Langat, the County Governments Act, which establishes that we are supposed to have an audit committee. Mr. Speaker, I want to report to this particular House that the number of audit committee members who have even become chairs of these particular audit committees are now big people in the society. Mr. Speaker, one of them is our senator. The Senator Wakil Hilary Sikei was once a chair of the audit committee of this House. Mr. Speaker, the current chairperson of the County Public Service Board is still the chairperson of the audit committee of this particular House, Mr. Speaker. And we have also had the Speaker, one Honorable Mutai, who was also one of the audit chairs report. Mr. Speaker, just mentioning what has been mentioned here, the plan is already there. Currently, the plan is already there. Yes, it was not there in 2025, by 2025, but currently the strategic plan of the internal audit committee is currently in place, and we will be able to share as soon as. Mr. Speaker, as Honorable Charles mentioned, the County Assembly Service Board appeared in the Senate Committee on National Cohesion about this ethnic diversity. It is not only in terms of tribe, but it is in terms of persons living with disability representation in the County Assembly, which, Mr. Speaker, we are at 2.5% currently in the staff matter. We have the gender parity issue, and that particular gender parity issue was a very good debate in the Senate on Monday. Mr. Speaker, currently the County Assembly is priding itself with 31% of the gender parity issue, which is a requirement. Mr. Speaker, on the part of issues to do with AGBO, we were able to manage those ones. So, Mr. Speaker, as of these recommendations that has been made by the PSC, I want to report, now that I sit at the board, that we'll be able to abide by them, and therefore, without taking much time, I support this qualified opinion.
Honorable Peter.
Mr. Speaker, I'm rising in support of the motion proposed and seconded that this County Assembly adopts the report as tabled by the Committee on Public Accounts Committee.
Mr. Speaker, it should be remembered that it is a duty for this House, through the established committees, to scrutinize audit reports and, of course, process them for adoption before it is conveyed to other agencies for action. Mr. Speaker, I pray that this House adopts the report, and this is the beginning of another inquiry into the same report. Because, Mr. Speaker, they have been tabled, they become the properties of this House. So we will still ventilate on the report and make necessary recommendations that will be made by the General House on the same findings, Mr. Speaker. So for the time, and I'm also reading, we are 7 minutes shy to 4:30, and we have several reports pending, Mr. Speaker. According to how I observe the mood of the House, please propose a question. Thank you, and I support.
Honorable members have been informed that there is no quorum, so we defer putting the question and we proceed to the next motion. Clerk.
Order number 9, motion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Motion number 9, I beg to move the following motion that pursuant to standing orders 198 of the County Assembly standing orders, this County Assembly adopts the report of Public Investment and Accounts Committee on the report of the Auditor General on the County Executive for the year ended 30th June 2025, laid today, March 25th at 9:30 a.m. Honorable Speaker, this is the report for the touching on various departments of the Executive, Honorable Speaker, and on the entire report, Honorable Speaker, after the interrogation of the report by the Auditor General and the responses, the Auditor was able to give a qualified opinion, which is fairly good, Honorable Speaker, except some few, 1 or 2, 3 areas where the AOG was not qualified, was not satisfied, Honorable Speaker. So the report is unqualified. And on the issues, Honorable Speaker, we go to the issues and the responses. On issue 3.1, Honorable Speaker, on supported opening balances, and also on 3.2, Honorable Speaker, on inaccuracy of cost. You see, we have similar issues, Honorable Speaker, and from number 1 all the way to 20, Honorable Speaker. So at the tail of all this, Honorable Speaker, we gave a recommendation and observation. That is also on 3.2, inaccuracy of employee cost, inaccuracy of 3.3, inaccuracy of transfer of other government entities. 3.4, Honorable Speaker, inaccuracies of receivable from non-exchange transaction. We go to 3.5, Honorable Speaker, inaccuracy of property, plant, and equipment. Those are similar. 3.6, Honorable Speaker, inadequate disclosure of trade and other payables. 3.7, Honorable Speaker, inaccuracy of net assets. 3.8, Honorable Speaker, inaccuracies in the statement of cash flow. 3.9, inaccuracies of statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts. Honorable Speaker, and this is our observation as a committee after responses, after our analysis, Honorable Speaker, this is now the committee observation. The committee observed that although the channel entries intended to correct the identified error were provided by the management for verification, the corresponding correction were not reflected in the financial statement, thereby leaving the inaccuracies unaddressed in the reported figures. 2, additional based on the submission made by the County Executive Committee. The member CECM for Finance, ICD and Economic Planning, the committee noted that the inaccuracies and the unsupported variances arose partly from the transition from cash-based to accrual-based reporting. The CEC member further acknowledged that staff capacity constrained within the department contribute to the challenges experienced in property, reconciling and reflecting the correct figures in the financial statement. 3, furthermore, the committee observed that despite being given an opportunity to address the issues during the audit process, particularly at the stage when the audit management letters were issued, the management did not adequately respond to rectify the matter raised by the Office of the Auditor General. This matter, therefore, remained partially unresolved, and these are the recommendations of the committee. The committee recommends that the County Executive Committee member for Financial and Economic Planning ensures that the management urgently undertakes comprehensive review on the affected financial records and incorporates the correcting channel entries into the financial statement in the subsequent reporting period. The adjustment should be clearly reflected in the notes to the financial statement and support with detailed reconciliation schedule to address the identified inaccuracies and the previously uncomputed variances. The committee further recommends that the department strengthen staff capacity in accrual-based accounting and financial reporting, including targeted training and technical support for officers responsible for preparation of financial statements, to facilitate smooth transition from cash-based to accrual-based reporting and to minimize similar errors in future reporting periods. Lastly, in that recommendation, in addition, the committee directs the management to improve responsiveness to audit management letters and ensure that all issues raised by the Office of the Auditor General are addressed promptly during the audit process. Evidence of the correction made together with supporting document should be submitted to the committee during the next audit cycle of verification. Honorable Speaker, we go to 3.10, Honorable Speaker, on budgetary controls and performance. After the interrogation, the analysis of the AOG, the management was given time. They responded, Honorable Speaker. We sat as a committee, and this was our observation as committee. The committee observed that the delay in the utilization of the fund arose from the late disbursement of funds by the National Treasury. We consequently limited the ability to the county executive to observe and implement the planned activities with the reporting period. Upon reviewing the oral explanation provided, the committee was satisfied that the circumstances leading to the unobserved of the funds were beyond the control of the executive. Consequently, the committee resolved resolved to mark the matter as resolved. Honorable Speaker, and on unresolved prior year audit matters, Honorable Speaker, also the AOG look at the entire responses of the management. This was the following committee observation. That is on 311, Honorable Speaker, that the committee observed that the management is yet to provide comprehensive report to the 32 prior year audit matters raised in previous audit reports, despite being requested to submit explanation and update on the status of the implementation of the recommended corrective measures. The committee further noted with concern that majority of these unresolved issues continue to reoccur in audit general report for the financial year ended 30th June 2025, indicating that the adequate correction action has not taken by the responsible officers. Additionally, from the Auditor General's comment, the committee observed that the management had been requested to provide an implementation matrix or schedule detailing the action taken to address the prior year audit issues. However, the management did not initially provide the required matrix as requested. And the next committee further noted the management consequently submitted a schedule in Annex 2.8 indicating the purported implementation status of prior audit issues, which had not been provided to the Office of the Auditor General at the time of audit. Nevertheless, the committee conducted a random verification of the prior year's matters that the department had indicate was on the verge of being resolved, specifically civil case number 1 of 2019 at the Bomet Law Courts. Upon verification, the Solicitor General confirmed that the matter was still pending and had not been resolved. Based on this inconsistency between the information provided by the management and the actual status of the case, the committee observed that none of the prior year's audit issues had been conclusively resolved as reported. Consequently, the committee marked this issue as unresolved. This recommendation on this, the committee recommends that the County Executive Committee member for Finance and Economic Planning ensures that the management prepares and submit a comprehensive and verified information matrix for all the 32 prior year audit issues, clearly indicating the specific action taken, responsible officer, timelines, and the current status of the implementation. Additionally, the committee recommends that the department prioritize expeditious resolution of all outstanding prior years audit issues, particularly those that continue to reoccur in subsequent audit report, and ensure that appropriate correction measures are implemented to prevent recurrence. Lastly, on that one, the committee further directs that the update implementation matrix and supporting document for all prior year matters be submitted to the committee and Office of the Auditor General within 60 days from date of adoption of this report. Failure to comply with this directive would attract appropriate administrative action against the responsible officer in accordance with the applicable public finance management and accountability framework. On 312, Honorable Speaker, on non-compliance and guidelines on transition from cash to accrual accounting. Accrual accounting, the management was given time to respond. We sat as a committee, and this is the recommendation. This is the committee observation on that, Honorable Speaker, that the committee observed that County Executive Committee member for ICT and Economic Planning provided evidence confirming the appointment of the steering committee and the project management tasked with overseeing planning, coordination, and implementation of the transition process. The supporting documentation included the formal appointment letters and relevant reports which were available for verification. Consequently, the committee marked this one as resolved. So even we go to the next Honorable Speaker. 313 on the non-compliance with fiscal responsible requirements on wage bill. Also, after the interrogation of the report, on that one by AOG, the management was given time, they responded, and these are the observations of the committee. I hope, Honorable Speaker, I am not rushing, I am restricting myself to your directives, that we only go to observation and recommendation. So, observation, Honorable Speaker, the committee observed that the management acknowledged the audit observation and indicate that measures are being implemented to reduce personnel expenditure, while at the same time enhance enforcement strategies to boost own source revenue. However, despite this commitment and ongoing intervention, the county wage bill remains above statutory limit of 35% of the total revenue. Recommendation. Recommendation 1, the committee recommends that the county executive member for finance and economic planning, in collaboration with the county public service board, urgently implement comprehensive measures to ensure that the county wage bill is progressively reduced to within the statutory ceiling of 35% of the county total revenue, in compliance with the Public Finance Management Act 2012 and the applicable fiscal responsibility principle. 2, the committee further recommends that the management develop and implements a clear wage bill rationalization strategy, including measures such as control, recruitment, staff establishment, review, deployment of existing staff where necessary, and improve payroll management to eliminate inefficiencies. Additionally, the committee directs that the department to strengthen own source revenue mobilization strategies to increase the county revenue pace, which will contribute to reduce the wage bill ratio relative to total revenue. The department should submit a progressive report outlining the measures undertaken and the current wage bill status. The committee within 90 days from the date of adoption of this report. 314, irregular payment of special house allowances. The auditor also looked at the report, gave time the management to respond. The management response. We sat as a committee, we analyzed, and this is our recommendation as a committee on 314, Honorable Speaker. The observation. The committee observed that SRC circular reference number SRC TSG OVT 3 of 16 provided by the management under Annex 3.1 did not offer any explanation or justification for the payment of special allowances. The committee further noted that the circular did not provide a legal or policy basis authorizing the payment of said allowances to affected officers. 2, additionally, the committee observed that under Annex 3.1, the management submitted letter dated 21st January 2026, signed by the county secretary, addressed to all chief officers, informing them that the county had taken corrective measures regarding payment of several allowances, including the special allowances, following issues raised by the Auditor General. The committee interpreted this communication as an implicit admission by the management that the payment of the said allowances had irregularities. 3, however, the committee further observed that the management did not provide detail on the specific corrective measures undertaken as referred in the county secretary's letter. Furthermore, the management failed to justify why some employees recruited after 10 December 2014 continued to receive special allowances, despite the apparent absence of authorizing policy framework. Consequently, due to the absence of adequate justification supporting documentation, the committee marked this matter as unresolved. And this is what we recommend as a committee. After our observation, that the committee recommends that the county executive member for Finance and Community Planning, in consultation with the County Public Service Board, undertake comprehensive review of the payment of special house allowances to establish legal and policy basis for the payment made to county staff. Additionally, the committee recommends that the management clearly justify the continued payment of special allowances to employees recruited after 10 December 2014, and where such payments are found to have been made irregularly, appropriate administrative and financial corrective measures should be undertaken in line with the applicable salaries and remuneration SRC guidelines and the Public Management Act 2012. The committee further directs that the review, finding, justification, and supporting document be submitted to the committee and the Office of the Auditor General within 30 days from the date of adoption of this report for verification and further action. On 315, irregular payment of house allowances. Also, we have a similar issues, Honorable Speaker, that is on 153, 1316, irregular payment of special salaries, irregular payment of non-practice allowances, irregular payment of uniform allowances, Honorable Speaker, so after that we gave an observation as a committee and give the recommendation. The committee observed that the management did not adhere to SRC circular number SRC TS HWI 3 of 23 volume 2 57 dated 9 June 2017, which provide the applicable guidelines on the matter. Instead, the management ratified on SRC circular reference number SRC/TS/ZGOVT 3 of 61, volume 3 of 136, dated 14 September 2015, which outdated and not applicable in the current circumstances. Lastly, in light of the reliance on outdated regulatory instrument and the absence of valid justification for the payment of the allowances, the committee concluded that the management did not comply with the relevant SRC guideline. Subsequently, the committee marked this matter as unresolved. We gave the following recommendation. The committee recommends that the County Executive Committee member for Finance and Economic Planning, in consultation with the County Public Service Board, ensure strict adherence to the current and applicable Salaries and Remuneration Committee (SRC) circular and guidelines in the administration of staff allowances. Additionally, the committee directs that a detailed report outlining the review finding, the legal basis for payment, and the corrective action undertaken be submitted to the committee and the Office of the Auditor General within 30 days from the date of adoption of this report for further review and verification. And then on 319 of a payment of basic salary, 321 non-compliance to salaries and remuneration guideline for early childhood development and education (CDF), ECDE teachers. Also a very similar irregular in recruitment of staff, that is 322, and then irregular engagement of casual workers, that is 323. And non-conformity with the law, recruitment of person with disability, that is 3-4, and irregular promotion of staff, that is 3-2-5, retention of staff beyond mandatory requirement age, that is 3-2-6, and this is the committee recommendation. On all the issues I've raised, this committee observation, the committee observed that the management has provided the necessary explanation regarding the matter and support their submission with Annex 9, which adequately address the concern raised. However, the committee, that is number 2, committee noted that no sufficient explanation was provided as to why the documentation and explanation was not submitted to the Auditor General at the time of audit, which delayed verification and review. Last on that one, on the observation, notwithstanding this omission, the committee was satisfied with the evidence now provided. Subsequently, the committee marked this one as a resolve. 327, Honorable Speaker, on non-compliance with 1/3 of basic salary, the management was given time to respond. We gave the observation, and this matter of 327 was marked as a resolve. And then on issue 328, non-compliance within the law on ethics and composition of staff. Honorable Speaker, the AOG gave the management time to respond. We sat as a committee. After our analysis, this issue was marked as resolved. Then we go to 329, irregular procurement of garbage collection services, that is 329. Management also was given time to respond. We sat as a committee, we gave an observation, and this also was marked as resolved. So we don't need to restrict ourselves to that report because it's already marked as a resolved. And then on 330, irregular transfer of funds to Kenya Red Cross Society. After the interrogation of the report, the OOG gave the management the response in that line, and the CC responded. We gave our observation as committee. We gave a recommendation as follows, Honorable Speaker, that the committee recommends that the County Executive Committee member for Finance and Economic Planning, in collaboration with the relevant department, ensure that evidence of approval and concurrence by the County Assembly for the integrated development projects and the extension of contract dating 17 October 2023 is submitted to the committee and the Office of the Auditor General. Additionally, the committee directs the management to provide documentary evidence confirming authorization county signatories operating the 2 bank accounts, including the bank mandates forms and approval records, to ensure proper financial accountability and oversight. Lastly on that, the committee further requires that the above documentation and detailed explanatory report be submitted to the committee and the Office of the Auditor General within 30 days from the date of adoption of this report for verification and further review. And then on 331, irregular operation of commercial bank account, failure 332, failure to establish county emergency fund. Those are similar. Irregular transfer 33, irregular transfer of commodities to cooperative societies, special group. Irregular engagement, that is 334, irregular engagement of consultant for legal services. Incomplete routine maintenance of roads. Poor implementation of special milk program. That is 336. 337, delayed construction of government governors' official residence. And these are the observations of the committee, Honorable Speaker. The committee observed that the management provided an explanation regarding the non-compliance with SRC ceiling, indicating that the contract was signed on 31st January 2019, while the relevant SRC circular was issued later on 20th May 2019. According to the management, it was therefore not feasible to cancel or alter terms of already existing contract following the issuance of circular.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I'm seeing the quorum is no longer attained, Mr. Speaker. I don't know how we can go about it because the members are no more.
Okay. I direct that the Sajira Tam to ring the bell for 10 minutes. Honorable Langat, you are almost concluding on that report. Yeah, so you better clear your presentation, and then it is seconded, and then we divide the proposal of the question and putting of the question.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
And kindly restrict yourself to major areas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I was almost concluding because there were some similar issues and we have similar recommendation. That, Honorable Speaker, we were on 338 on stall construction of Bomet Stadium. We are also on delayed completion of Dr. Laboso Memorial Mother and Child Wellness Center. That is 339. It's a similar. And then also 340, delayed construction of workers at Cap Coros Level 4 Sub-County Hospital. Incomplete construction, that is 341, incomplete construction works at Ndanai Level 4 Sub-County Hospital. Incomplete radiology unit, Tegat Sub-County Hospital, that is 342. Unutilized ECD classroom, that is 341, Honorable Speaker. There is 344, lack of ownership document for construction of ECD centers. 345, unutilized gender desk office and children holdings ground in Bomet Central Police Station. Unutilized fresh produce market shed at Ndanai, Kembu, and Kaap Queen. Grounded motor vehicles and unserviceable equipment, that is 348, Honorable Speaker. And failure, 351, failure to identify county control assets. Honorable Speaker, generally, the AOG gave time the management in all these issues to respond. They responded. We sat, we looked each and every report, Honorable Speaker. We analyzed, including documents, Honorable Speaker, and the response. And these are observation, Honorable Speaker. That is the last point of that the committee observed that the management provided a deployment letter for a management officer indicating effort to strengthen the management of county assets. However, the committee noted that an outdated asset register detail all asset ownership by the county executive prepared in the format prescribed by the National Treasury was not provided for audit verification. The absence of comprehensive and outdated assets register regarding the proper tracking, accountability, and management of public assets. Consequently, the committee marked this one also as unresolved. The committee, the General Observation Committee, that the management prepares and submits comprehensive and update register for all assets owned by the county executive in prescribed issued matter to National Treasury of Kenya. The register should include details such as description, acquisition, cost, location, condition, identification numbers, and the responsibility of officer. Further, the committee directs that executive committee members for finance and account planning to ensure proper management system is established and maintained to enhance accountability and safeguard all the public assets. The management should submit the assets register and all register to the report and report to the committee and office of the AOG within 30 days from the date of adoption of this report. And this is similar, all this to report to the within 30 days in all the 9 issues earlier raised, Honorable Speaker. And because of time, constraint of time, members, we've seen the executive report. There are a number of failures by the officers of the executive to comply to the audit standard procedures and the best practice, Honorable Speaker, that including on issues on stalled projects, Honorable Speaker. They never gave us a proper explanation in the document, and most of the issues raised by the Auditor General as unresolved because of failure to adhere, Honorable Speaker. And I'm happy and to the committee, Honorable Speaker, for going through all the issues, analyzing, banning the midnight, Honorable Speaker, where we were in agreement with the AOG, Honorable Speaker. We also we know that, Honorable Speaker, and where also there were some gaps, we gave some recommendation. So, Honorable Speaker, adoption of this report will enable the executive to correct their mistakes, and also for the Senate to look and make some other recommendation, including the AOG. And I call upon Honorable Richard Ruto to second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I second.
As I have said, I will defer proposing the question and putting the question until our session tomorrow, adjournment. This sitting is adjourned tomorrow at 2:30 p.m.